2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups have concluded. So
it's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Here we have it. NBA action tonight. The Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Celtics in Boston. Taking a look at the Celtics, they'll be up for this game, facing the team that defeated them in the conference semis last season. This is one they've been waiting for. Well, Shaq, we've been waiting for this to happen. The Bucks have finally put together a team that can truly challenge for a championship.
Giannis keeps getting better and better and better and better.
Getting better.
He has a really good supporting cast. However, do they need a little more star power to seal the deal?
Good point.
Coach Bud definitely changed some things down there in Milwaukee. He's getting the most out of their talent, especially on the offensive end.
Could be a championship on the mean streets of Milwaukee. My hometown. Going to be a parade down North 68th Street.
That's your hood.
It is my hood. I got some stories to tell you.
Remember the time when you...
Yeah, I remember. Yep.
And you've got it on 2K Sports for Wednesday night action in the NBA. In this game, we'll see the Milwaukee Bucks going up against the Boston Celtics here in Boston. DA, take it away. Well, you knew some decisions were coming, DA. They're still a factor. And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, these the new power rankings. They tell a great story. You look at Orlando. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And you know, for the Bucks, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Antetokounmpo is out there with Williamson. Then it's Morant. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Mitchell in at the 2 guard. And for Boston, Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum out there with Williams. And it's Tice in at the 5 down low.
Sometimes it takes a while for all that length in Giannis to catch up to those feet. But once he does, man, he can explode.
Well, he coined the name himself last season. Brent, are you willing to call Brook Lopez Splash Mountain?
I am, but I think Brook Lopez was also looking for some kind of deal so that him and his brother could get free rides for the rest of their lives.
The pass to Morant. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Clock at 6. Out of bounds, Boston takes possession. We're about 1 minute into the first. Walker taking his time here. Shoots over Morant. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. And here's Smart. 9 points last game out. Outside, Walker. Kicks to Tatum. Outside, Smart. 6 on the shot clock. Tatum's shot is off.
Yeah, better than giving up the layup. You want to go in there and use the hard foul. They did it there. That's aggressive attitude defensively.
And he's far from just a dunker. Zion is also capable of hurting you from outside.
Here's Smart. Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. The Bucks getting another chance here. And that one's good. Williamson.
Second chance opportunities. Williamson explosive into the air with the touch and concentration to finish.
Here's Smart. Good. Nice job down low.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Are you asking me, GA? I'm not sure.
Now here's Morant, guarded by Walker. Smart against Mitchell. Over Smart. They get the rebound. Antetokounmpo kicks it out to Mitchell. Milwaukee the rebound. And the dunk by Giannis.
Giannis right now getting hard work done on the inside to get some extra possession.
Walker finds Williams. Tatum on the wing. From the stripe, Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Mitchell outside. Over Smart. Mitchell's shot is good.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Celtics trail by 4. Here's Walker. The rebound by the Bucks. Giannis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. He kicks it to Morant. Good. And it's Giannis picking up the assist.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
And it's Walker with the ball, bringing it up for the Boston Celtics. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
Yeah, never stopped working. One of those games where just everybody was making shots, continual flow, and a very professional win.
And Giannis throws it down.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And a wide open look for Walker. Drills the three-pointer. Walker's got 7 points.
And he's kind of always had that shoot-first mentality for a point guard. And when you can shoot it like Walker, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Down low, stolen by Smart. To the inside. And Walker gets it to go on the assist from Smart. And it's 9 points for Walker. Bucks leading by 4. Here's Morant. Poked away. The Celtics have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Smart passes to Walker. Back to Smart. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Man, he's got that touch working tonight, shooting the ball very well to start this one.
Morant kicks to Giannis. Plenty of games still ahead, Brent. Some discussion about shortening the regular season. I think that's going to happen.
I don't think it's going to happen.
Would you like to see it happen?
I like there's some percolating ideas out there that it might, and the idea of a 70-game season to me, it sounds really healthy. It sounds healthy for the players.
Healthy's a great word to use.
It sounds healthy for the coaching staff. It sounds healthy for the league, and it sounds healthy for the competition that you're going to get. Those 70 games, that will be some elevated play throughout the course of a regular season.
That's a great number. And Walker kicks to Williams. In the corner, Tatum with it. The rebound by the Bucks.
The defense better tighten up on the mid-range there. Much, much tighter. You expect him to make every single one of those.
The handle and the acceleration. Morant moves around the court with the ball on a string.
Pass to Tice. Back to Walker. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Well, in that one, they just had everything working offensively. It's a lot of fun when you get into that kind of a groove.
Yeah, I love watching that game, and in particular, their demeanor in their destruction in that game.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Ennis Cantor's checked in for Daniel Tice. Hayward comes in for Williams. And it's Brown in for Jason Tatum. Here's Hayward. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis has got 9 rebounds now tonight. Lopez against Cantor. Lopez inside. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Now it's a 6-point Bucks lead. The Celtics have gone an even 50% from the field. They are 7 of 14 for the game. Back to Walker. Lays it up off the glass. Walker's got 15 points.
Like the execution there from Cantor. Usually likes to score, this time with the pass.
Here's Rozier, and he uses the glass on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 6.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Ilyasova against Hayward. Oh, and here we go. Antetokounmpo, nobody back. And Giannis throws it down.
I don't know, 2 strides, 3 strides, what was that? Giannis covering some ground.
For Boston, they've gone 8 of 15 from the field, shooting above 50% here tonight. And so the ball is out of bounds. Rozier touched it last.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Hayward. Some last season stats for him. Averaged about 11 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's done his share of the work for the team, definitely making an impact.
Well, the numbers, if you look at them, impressive all the way around, and he's not letting the team down.
No problems knocking that one down. And that's now 18 points for Walker.
Only 1 miss in his first 8 attempts, coming out of the gate strong.
Rozier for 3. The shot misses. Now Boston takes it the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Milwaukee team.
Yeah, plenty of familiarity in this matchup. Last season, they were knocked out of the playoffs by this club.
So it's the Celtics now, trailing by 5. Cantor finds Hayward. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Can't hit from in close. Boston's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Here's Hayward. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
And as a wing player, Hayward's just so good at attacking the basket. I think that's a big part of what makes him special. Doesn't take much of an opening for Hayward to make his move.
And what a year last season for Giannis Antetokounmpo. He was terrific across, Greg, all stat categories.
And he was rightfully in the MVP conversation very early on. He's still very young, and I see multiple MVP seasons in his future.
And the Bucks making a change here. Clarkson's checked in. Cantor in the corner. Hayward on the wing. And the rejection by Giannis. And no one near Clarkson as he lets it go. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Pass to Brown. Here's Cantor. Another shot. And it's sent back by Lopez.
And the space Lopez is able to cover on defense, using that size and length to reject the shot.
Cantor, the pass to Williams. Just 5 to shoot. There's Brown with the 3. It's rebounded by Ilyasova.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter.
Here's Clarkson. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
And the strength of Clarkson on display. Awesome job fending off the defense and not letting that deter him from scoring.
Here's Walker. Brown trying to free himself up. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 20 points.
Boy, he has been special to start this game, shooting 8 of 9, just making it look easy.
Here's Giannis, drilled from 11 feet out. And the Bucks lead by 5.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
And Walker kicks to Williams. And he banks in the layup.
You know, still a raw talent, but Williams does have a reliable inside game that continues to get better.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And it wasn't too long ago, Brent, we were wondering what Giannis could do if he bulked up. Well, we don't have to wonder anymore.
Yeah, I don't think we need to wonder about an MVP in the league. The curious thing, Kevin, was last year after winning that award, Giannis coming out and talking about he's only at 60% of his potential. Do you imagine what's coming down the line if he realizes the other 40? He's something else.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Lopez. Puts it up from 12. Walker's shot is off.
He may not be the strongest inside presence in the league, but still, he's got to convert from there.
Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Here's Walker. Good D by Lopez. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the Milwaukee Bucks. After a fantastic quarter, he's sitting on a double-double, and there's nowhere to go. Robin Lopez talks about the importance of being the anchor on the defensive end.
That's something I relish. It's something.
And Greg, that's why his teammates love him.
Absolutely. You can tell Lopez really wants to make an impact on defense on every possession.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. When you consider how the Bucks are doing, what do you guys think?
Boy, their offense looks really good when everyone's in sync. Terrific first quarter.
I couldn't ask for a better one right now. Just a complete rhythm by all the guys who got some minutes. Wonderful start.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Celtics, Brown and Hayward, they're the wing. Then it's Williams. And there's Kemba Walker. And it's Poirier in at the 5, roaming the paint. Giannis, no good. Celtics trail by 9. Hayward outside. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. That ball's off target. It's his third miss. He's made 2 shots from the field. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. To the paint. Ball stolen. Walker against Clarkson. Fires, high post. Williams passes to Poirier. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip. Knocked loose. Connaughton passes to Ilyasova. Back to Connaughton. Milwaukee needs to get off a shot here. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Well, let's take a look at last year's top scorers. Third is Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Williams comes in for Williams, and it's Tatum in for Gordon Hayward. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Williamson comes in for Ilyasova. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Pat Connaughton, and it's Morant in for Jordan Clarkson. Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. Tatum on the wing. Antetokounmpo defending. Here's Walker. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
offensive rebound, and the dunk by Williamson.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Mitchell with it. He had 19 points in the win against Cleveland. He can't get that one to fall. Some solid defense from Brown. There's Walker with the three, and he's good on the three ball. Walker's got 5 points in the quarter.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Smart's checked in for Walker. Pass to Morant. Mitchell outside. Inside. Now here's Smart. Got a piece of it. Morant with the steal. And again, the turnover by the Bucks.
All right, a chance to check out the stats for Mitchell. Good season for him last year. Last season, put up about 23 points per, 4 assists and 4 rebounds. And very few players in the league can go out and produce like he has. Just a great stretch for him.
It keeps playing like this, and you know in arenas, especially at home, when the star player is playing this well, those MVP chants come raining down.
I wonder what the score would be if they...
That just happened.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Smart deciding where to go with it. Tries from 16, and there's the bucket from Tatum. Tatum's got his first points in this one.
And the skills of Brown, not just a super athlete, but a tremendous floor general as well.
Morant kicks to Mitchell. Offline with his three. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Williamson, the pass to Antetokounmpo. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. That one off the back iron and out. Celtics trail by 4. Knocked away. Stolen by Mitchell. Lopez with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
An absolute beast in close. Once Williamson has this kind of positioning, you pretty much have to foul.
This is his first free throw of the game. Each year, so many coaching changes. Brent, do you feel they generally get too much blame when things go wrong?
I don't know if blame is the word, Kevin. That's just the easy out for a lot of organizations that want to make some changes. The main thing that's frustrating, I think, for the coaching fraternity is patience. You have to be realistic about the potential of your team and how much time it takes to grow what it is that coach's culture is all about. That's where teams sometimes lose out and give up on somebody a little bit early.
But these guys go into it eyes wide open.
Oh, there's no question about it. And really good coaches in the NBA know that it might not last all that long. So they're going to be who they are. That's who you want to hire. Hire a coach who knows exactly who he is, both coming in the door and walking away.
Now here's Smart. He's tightly guarded. Brown drives in, and then Brown with the dunk.
And just awesome speed from Brown, blasting off towards the bucket and slamming it down.
Here's Morant. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Cleveland.
And you could tell the defense was really nervous dribbling or passing the ball anywhere near him in that one. He took advantage of their indecisiveness continually throughout the night, racking up 3 steals.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Now Morant. He has 5. The drive by Giannis. Comes up empty down low.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
Those are all the little things about effort there. He just gets out there and contests, and that's just enough.
The defense has no answer for Brown. When he's dribbling the ball, his teammates know they are in good hands.
To the middle. Giannis pass inside. Guarded by Tatum. Morant comes with the double team. That's tipped. The kick out to Williams. Just his first attempt. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
And if that's the best look you can get on a possession, what a waste of a trip down the floor.
Yeah, see the coach? He's got that frown on his face. I think we know why. Not a high percentage look.
Here's Mitchell, and the shot is good. Mitchell's got 8 points.
And have to commend the unselfish attitude. Like how Morant just recognized the open man and the ball was right there.
Floats one, and it's blocked. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Lopez. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
And so Brown will bring it up for the Celtics. 7-point differential. Next step for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And the foul called on Antetokounmpo. That's his first foul. The Celtics making a switch here. Kanter's checked in. Outside, Smart. 6 to shoot. Williamson with it. Now guarded by Smart. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And we're not used to seeing a big man like Williamson move like this. Puts defenders in a bind.
First in the East and overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately, fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference finals. Seemed to be laying in the weeds there in the first quarter, but now we're seeing him come out, put all the cards on the table, ramp it up.
Inside. Kanter finds Tice. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You know, Brent, the Bucks had never lost 3 games in a row all of last season until that Toronto series.
Think about how much that might impact what it is they rely on coming into this year, where they're not going to let that loss last year in the playoffs define them. It's a big learning curve. They had an opportunity. They were that close. They can hold on to that motivation all year long and get back to that opportunity this year in the playoffs. They'd be better for it.
It's stolen by Brown. They get a hand on it. Here's Hayward, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Yeah, and checking out the numbers for Antetokounmpo. Coming off a terrific season. 3rd in scoring, 6th in rebounding, and he finished among the top 10 in blocks, bringing that intimidation factor to the paint.
And you only average top 3 in points if you have a particular mindset that you are the guy. Looking at who's out there now for the Bucks. Robin Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Antetokounmpo. And it's Clarkson in for Mitchell. And then Brown with the dunk.
And Brown runs the floor like a freight train at 225 pounds. He's a mammoth that wrecks defenses in transition.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last few years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. But taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. Back to Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Using some...
Here's Milwaukee now. They're on a 14-6 run. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got Robin Lopez. Clarkson is out there with Morant. Then there's Williamson. And it's Connaughton in at the 3. Brent, so many state-of-the-art arenas being built. Which feature do you think is most important?
Oh, the hot dog machine. What are we doing,
popcorn, right?
And the popcorn, what else, Kevin?
Yeah,
you have nachos?
Love nachos.
Okay.
You love nachos.
What else? I mean, What else could we go with there?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Yeah,
that's
right,
a big one.
Because when you're done with all that other stuff, you've got to somehow kind of coat your stomach.
Yep.
You
Was
don't
this
feel bad.
basketball related, or did we go somewhere else?
All a part of the whole conversation.
I think we covered it.
Now here's Hayward, following the miss by John Morant. Bounce pass from Smart. Here's Cantor. Milwaukee with the rebound. Lopez has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Williams, he's checked in for Boston. Kemba Walker comes in for Smart. Milwaukee also making some changes. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Giannis comes in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Mitchell in for Jordan Clarkson. Now here's Williams. His last outing, he had 8 points. Cantor, the pass to Brown. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And the fearlessness Morant plays with making the defense uneasy, forcing them to give in.
No good on the second free throw.
First in the East and overall best record with those 60 wins last year. Just a great season and a great playoff run by the Bucks. Unfortunately, fell victim to a backdoor sweep in the conference final.
And so Giannis will bring it up for the Milwaukee Bucks, coming into this having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
And talking with the coaching staff, they said in that game, they did a great job of not settling. Keep working the ball around, finding the best look. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Now here's Morant, guarded by Walker. Williamson. Morant with it. Picked up 27 points in their last win against Cleveland.
And not just the scoring. It was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
And the last second attempt doesn't fall. So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Bucks lead by 13.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome to the 2K Sports Halftime Program. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. A tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 20 points, 3 assists, and 1 steal. Some great work from him in the first 2 quarters. Shaq, let's get your take on Milwaukee.
Well, what's really shifted the game in their favor has been their...
And that's a wrap.
We've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. On the floor for Boston, Walker and Smart, the guards. Tatum out there with Williams, and it's Tice in at the 5, down low. It's good, and it's now 22 points for Giannis.
It's a huge night for Giannis Antetokounmpo at the offensive end of the floor. That length and athleticism just proving to be too much for any defensive scheme.
And with that, the Bucks lead is cut down again to 13 points with the basket from Kemba Walker. And for Milwaukee, their shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Now here's Giannis. Gets it to fall, and now he's 10 of 15 on the game.
Doing a lot of nice work now from the field. He's helped get them this lead, and now he's helped them keep it.
Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 4 points in the quarter.
Disappointing as a player to have such a great game and still be trailing. Not over yet, though.
Here's Morant. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And not wasting any time here, kicking their offense right back into gear. That's 3 of 4 from the field.
The pass to Tatum. A 3-ball. And it's Morant with the rebound. Bucks leading by 15. Inside, it's tipped. And the dunk by Giannis.
This is what makes Giannis such an elite player, his ability to score in those difficult situations down low with lots of bodies around.
Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Celtics have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Walker finds Williams. Milwaukee with the rebound. Williamson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Antetokounmpo, and Antetokounmpo slams it in.
Giannis bringing it down, using that sensational length to get that finish.
Celtics trail by 19. Pass to Smart. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Smart's got 6 points.
Always fun to look at. Not tremendously efficient, but the floater, boy, those sure are pretty.
Here's Morant. He's got 12. Here's Mitchell. No good from outside. For Boston, they've gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. And slam dunk by Smart.
A young guy with maturity, awareness, and a feel for the game. Tatum is special.
Here's Mitchell. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Smart. And our early season power rankings, of course, a lot should change over the course of the year, but this is where we stand now. Look at Orlando. They ascend up the list to number 3 with some spirited play.
And you know, for the Bucks, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Celtics have gone 5 of 8 from the charity stripe here tonight.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Seems like nearly everyone, Brent, can shoot the 3. Records being broken every year. How long do you think this age of shooting is going to last?
The tipping point, I'm not sure where that is, but the fact that the Houston Rockets in the past 2 seasons have done what it is that they've done, shooting more 3s than 2s for 2 consecutive seasons, is just a mind-boggling thing to me, Kevin. I think,
but where has it gotten?
Well, I think that we're kind of at
the tipping
maximum.
point.
I think we are at the tipping point. I don't know how much more you can do, but the teams that are seeing those other teams having success with it are trying to emulate it.
They are.
Without the talent that you have. So the next few years are going to be interesting to see how it is or where it is that a transformative player maybe brings the game back towards inside the 3-point line, or what strategies change to create even more 3-point shots.
Here's Smart following the bucket by the Bucks. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Williams passes to Poirier. Here's Walker. And he banks in the layup. Walker's got 35 in the game.
And you know, he's really been one of the few bright spots for them, trying to will this team to victory.
Rozier the pass to Antetokounmpo. And the dunk by Giannis.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the 2-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Lopez, he's checked in for the Bucks. Jack Connaughton comes in for Ogier.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And there's the defensive 3-second call. For Boston, they have made 5 of 10 free throw attempts, a lot of misses. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Well, after leading the Bucks to an incredible year, Giannis Antetokounmpo wins the Most Valuable Player trophy. A very emotional speech that night talking about his family and his brother and the impact they have. But really, how about the impact he's had on the Milwaukee Bucks franchise and what kind of aspirations they have on the shoulders of this young Greek talent.
Now, here's Mitchell. 10 points for him. Shot clock at 6. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in. Mitchell's got 12 points in the game.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores. He's played a huge role in this game to this point, but it looks like he just wants more. He wants to make sure that this lead holds up.
Last season, Brent, Giannis played like he knew he was the best, even finishing off dunks by yelling, "I'm the MVP."
Wow, you do that well, Kevin. Yeah, Giannis was incredible, and I like the fact that throughout the course of the season, there seemed to be laser focus on every night, competing and getting better. He's just shouldering the responsibility of this entire franchise, and I'm looking forward to see where his game goes from here.
Cantor checked in for the Celtics. Brown comes in for Marcus Smart. Celtics trail by 20. Here's Brown. No good off the back of the rim. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. The drive by Mitchell. That one goes in.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
All night long, in control of the pace, and you don't want to let go of that rope right now.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight.
And I like what he did at the line a season ago. How about 81%?
Now, here's Walker. He's got 36. He dishes it to Tatum. Walker against Mitchell. Passes it to Poirier. Offensive struggles continue, missing again.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Now, here's Mitchell. They lead by the biggest margin of the game, 23 points. Kicks it out to Giannis. Pass to Mitchell. Second shot opportunity, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Kemba Walker picks one up. Brent, we have seen some players refuse to speak to the media. For whatever reason, where should that line be drawn?
Well, there is a role and a responsibility, I think, of every player in the league, Kevin, given that it's an entertainment industry and that people have jobs around this league to tell stories, to have access to those players. Now, every player doesn't want to talk or get into certain things, but their availability should be made and people should have access to them. Look, I don't want to take out the trash every Tuesday, but I understand I got to do it at home. And so players have a responsibility to their franchise to be a voice at times.
I always thought you were terrific with the media.
Well, I appreciate that, Kevin. Maybe that's how I got this job.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And it's the Bucks on the break. And the dunk by Williamson.
What's amazing about Morant, he racks up steals even though he doesn't naturally gamble a lot.
Now, here's Walker. Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over.
And they're allowing too many points in the paint. Coach is going to let them hear about it.
Yeah, coach knows that. They know that. In the timeout, they're going to hear about it, make the adjustment.
All right, a chance to look at the numbers now for Walker. Coming off a terrific season, 10th in scoring, And he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Williams' shot is off.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Well, the other team is scorching hot, and they come down on this end and can't find a way to get the embers going.
Cantor finds Hayward. The Celtics working the ball around now. Here's Walker. The basket good off the assist from Hayward. And that's 38 points for Kemba Walker.
It feels like the other four guys have disappeared at this point. He wants to be the one to get them back.
Brown against Mitchell. Williams with the block.
The amazing thing about Williams, yeah, he can block shots inside, but he can also block shots out on the perimeter. His ability to play in space means he's more than just a rim protector. Doesn't care where you're shooting from.
Down low, and Brown throws it down hard.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Oh, come on. I think Giannis loves that kind of stuff right there. His dunks sometimes get vicious.
And here's Walker. He has 38 in the game. Hayward outside, takes the three. Here's Cantor. It's not going to go for him. Good D by Lopez. On offense here, the Bucks. They're on a 17-7 run. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
And what you love about Williamson, he's not just magnetic and entertaining, he's extremely productive.
Walker surveying the floor. Over Morant. And too long on the shot. The Bucks shooting almost 60% from the field here in the third. They are really feeling it. 1:51 left in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Shoots the three. That shot missing. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Next up for them, the Knicks coming out here to play. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. And it's Walker that time on the assist by Williams. Walker's got 40 points.
That is how he rolls. A prolific scorer. Walker's been calling his own number tonight.
And that one's good. Morant. 1:15 left to play here in the third. Now Walker, he has 40. Williams. Giannis grabs the miss. Giannis has got rebound number 19 now. Incredible board work. Hayward from outside. The rebound by Mitchell.
Maybe there are ways to contribute that don't involve shooting the basketball. That's the best way that maybe he can help them out in trying to win this game.
Morant with it. Brown on him. They get it back. Here's Williamson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
And the expectations for Williamson are sky high. A superb athlete whose skill set and drive to be great is off the charts.
Some changes for Boston. Daniel Tice is checked in for Robert Williams. And Langford subbed in for Brown. Milwaukee also making some changes. Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And Terry Rozier subbed in for Morant. Williamson. And the dunk by Williamson.
Just more and more you see these small little plays that give you an idea how much Giannis is assimilating with his offensive game. Angles, passes, and more playmaking.
Walker against Rozier. Now, here's Walker. Not a lot of room. Rozier with the steal. Here's Williamson, and the dunk by Williamson.
What amazes me about watching Williamson, his lift into the air, it's so effortless.
Shot to stop the run, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Giannis Antetokounmpo, he's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for Milwaukee. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for the Bucks, Terry Rozier is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Williamson. Then there's Brown, and it's Wilson in at the 4 slot. When it comes to choosing, Brent, the MVP, the Coach of the Year, the Rookie of the Year, all these different great awards, do you like the current voting structure for these big awards right now?
I don't mind the current voting structure. I don't know how you get away from what it is that, in terms of handing people ballots to figure out who it is that they think have earned those awards throughout the year, Kevin. What I don't like about the structure is that you have media members who are voting on things that have huge financial ramifications for organizations. And when that stuff happens with a player who's going to earn a supermax contract because he made an all-NBA team, what you're going to start doing is restricting smaller market teams from being able to afford the ability to keep their star player with the team. And so that needs to be fixed, and fixed immediately.
I do not like the media. Wait a minute.
Wait.
I am the media.
You are the media, Kevin.
Strike that. Let's rewind.
Can we delete that?
Here's Wanamaker. Lays it up off the glass. Wanamaker's got his first points in this one.
Coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
Outside, Antetokounmpo. They swipe it. Here's Langford. Rebound, Milwaukee. Here's Williamson. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Antetokounmpo's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Langford kicks to Tice. Out to the wing. Last year, the average salary for a starting point guard, Brent, in the NBA, was the highest among all positions. Why would that be?
Well, with the way the game has changed, Kevin, there's certainly an emphasis on being able to find guys who are initiating offense, scoring the basketball, shooting three-pointers, and you're seeing a big shift in salaries between point guards and bigs. That's where the biggest disparity is. Centers in the league are getting less and less of an opportunity to have the extended big money contracts because the game has moved to the perimeter, and if you're a big that cannot play on the perimeter, there's not a lot of teams that are willing to invest a significant amount of their cap space into the center position. They want guards and wings who can play out there and do the damage from there.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Daniel Tice. That'll be his second foul of the game. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. And the dunk by Williamson.
And Williamson doesn't let up, consistently in attack mode. Love his rabid intensity on the backboard.
The Celtics have gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Wanamaker, he can't get it to go. And Milwaukee will come the other way. When this game is done, they'll be off to Orlando and they'll take on the Magic. That will conclude their brief 2-game road trip.
Pretty easy right now. Clear out, give them some space, let them get to work.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for the Celtics. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Ooh, just powered it down with both hands. You know he's not going to mess that one up.
Oh, no, not this fella. He is a superb finisher. The drive by Mitchell. Count it, good. Mitchell's got 19 points.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Now, here's Langford. Covered by Mitchell. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Player salary is obviously a large investment, Brent. What are some other investments that owners can make to help their team get better, either on the floor or off?
Massive one, Kevin, obviously, is in terms of your players' wellness and what it is that you're doing with your physical therapy staff, your strength and conditioning staff, because you want these guys available at the best and maximum potential physically that they can give you. A lot of teams, quite frankly, in the past couple of seasons, Kevin, looking into other ways, holistic therapies, mental approach that they can have mental wellness for their players as part of their programming. So teams that think you build some beautiful practice facility and just let the guys go bounce the ball around and shoot are absolutely missing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're missing the boat on what it is that their players require, need to be complete as people.
DiVincenzo gets the bucket. And Boston has possession. Here's Wanamaker. The pass to Ojala. The Celtics working the ball around now. Pass to Wanamaker. Shot clock at 5. And here's Tatum for 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. Ilyasova's got 4 rebounds now tonight. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Lopez. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Ilyasova. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Morant in for Dante DiVincenzo. Here's Wanamaker. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That's on Brook Lopez. Brent, when we talk about home court advantage, do you feel it's the same as it used to be? It has that same impact?
I do think it's still hugely important, Kevin. It's less important when there's a team that has been together for a long time and has proven that they can take their wares on the road and come home with a victory, but it absolutely gives you a level of comfort as a player to get into your routine, to be at a place that seems familiar. Something deep down psychologically helps everything.
Whoa! Wow, good look out. Already such a well-coordinated athlete for his size and age. Williamson bringing down the house.
Langford with it. Ojala passes to Langford. They get a hand on it. And Lopez pulls it down. Lopez has got 5 rebounds tonight.
He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Williams, he's checked in for the Celtics. And so it's Milwaukee with it. The offensive rebound. Lopez kicks to Morant. And another 3 for Milwaukee.
Yeah, no question who's been the aggressor on the offensive glass.
Boston's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. And out of bounds as the Bucks gain possession. And the contract structure for NBA first-rounders, 2 years guaranteed, 2 years of team options, qualifying offer. Brent, should we consider changing that up?
I think it's working pretty well, Kevin. I think every front office is out there trying to find players out there that are giving you value beyond your contract. And that happens a lot when you're a team that has a first-round pick, 1 through 10, 1 through 20, and you hit on a draft choice. You potentially could get 3 years, and sometimes 4, when you have incredible players coming into the league as their first year, changing franchises around. But a player that's providing way more value than the contract that they're getting at that time. So I don't see that changing much. It gives teams a long enough time to evaluate the talent coming in.
It seems to be working.
It does. And the players that prove it are looking at the calendar saying, could I fast forward 3 years? Because I really like to cash in on what I'm doing for you.
And it's Williamson missing.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
The 3rd shot of the possession finally falls for him. Williamson's got 42 in the game. For Boston, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. Passes it to Wanamaker. Launches it. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Morant dishes to Lopez. He feeds it to Williamson. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Just how awesome is it to watch the best of the best start to dominate in a game?
Boston's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Now, here's Langford. Defense is right there. Lock at 6. The three-pointer off the mark.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
But they recover it. Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Morant. And here we go.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
Tipped away. Now, here's Langford. Trying his luck from deep. And it's Williamson with the rebound.
Well, his shooting this quarter has to be a huge concern, especially when they're behind like this. Can he find a rhythm? Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
And the shot goes in. Milwaukee has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on three-point attempts here in the fourth. Giannis inside. Morant with a wide-open look. And again, the Bucks miss.
Things are going south right now. This is not the type of shooting that his teammates expect from him.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Milwaukee in total control. And that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Real close, and I'm sure next time you might time that a little bit better and get a hand on it.
A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Good on the bucket. Morant's got 21.
And for a great shooter, Morant really works for high percentage shots. Loves to take it inside.
Here's Wanamaker. Rebounded by the Bucks. Williamson's got rebound number 17, if you can believe that. They double him with Langford. To the middle. Morant passes to Lopez. Oh, he misses the dunk.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Morant kicks to Mitchell. Brent, when constructing a team, it's always tricky to fit in max contracts. But the truth is, some players probably deserve much more money than they're allowed to receive.
Incredible to say that, right,
It
Kevin?
is, yeah.
But there are guys like LeBron James, whose $35 million contract might be worth 100.
I always thought about Jordan, too, right? I mean, my goodness.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And for the years that Michael Jordan was underpaid in Chicago for what it was he was doing. But in terms of competitive balance for the league and 30 franchises, and for you to try to build a team and a roster to put out on the floor to play this game and have opportunities to win championships, it's really the only way, and sometimes unfairly for guys in terms of their competition and compensation to have to put maximums on what it is that players can earn.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Milwaukee.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Well, a consistent intensity is what he brought to the floor here. He hit the glass hard, and he came up with a ton of rebounds.
And so Wanamaker will bring it up for Boston. Pass to Williams. There's 42 seconds left in the game. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. That one good for 2. Giannis has got 40 points.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight.
Got a piece of it. 19 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock to stop the run. Poirier, no good. Antetokounmpo finds Mitchell. Shoots over Langford. And it's Mitchell missing. Off target.
Good defense there. Langford's near 7-foot wingspan depth.